I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats and shoulder pads. Standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys of fall. They didn't let just anybody in that club. Took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood to get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall. The kings of the school, man, where the boys are fall. Well, it's turn and face the stars and stripes. It's batting back them butterflies. It's calling in the air, all right, yes sir, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging mud and dirt and grass. It's I got your number, I got your back. When your back's against the wall, you mess with one man, you got us all.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
It's time for this week's Buzzer Beaters. Listen as our experts pick the results of 5 local games. Buzzer Beaters, every week exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
And welcome to the Malin Webb Show. And Coach, last week you took out South Spencer at home. Came out a 55-15 winner. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, we came out Friday night just firing on all cylinders. Our guys were locked in. And they were excited to be back at home again for senior night. And so, we opened the game. We got a quick 3 and out, got the ball back, and, Noah Terry kind of exploded onto the scene, from the get-go. He started the game off with, 1 carry and 1 touchdown for about 80 yards. After that, the Terry twins and our guys up front offensively were just able to have their way all night long. And so, we play a very physical brand of football, and we try to embody that every single Friday. And I thought this Friday it was on full display. Noah Terry, he broke a school record for rushing. He had 313 yards on 13 carries with 4 touchdowns, and he broke a 50-year-old school record held by Pat Malone for rushing yards in a game, which originally was 304. And so, right beside him was his brother Landon again. Landon, he had 4 or 5 carries for 168 yards. And then Braxton Beaver, our big fullback, he had 2 touchdowns on the night, had some great carries, as well as Caden Casebolt, our backup fullback. He had some great carries. And so, everybody was just firing on all cylinders Friday night. Defensively, we gave up a touchdown early on. South Spencer made it 14-7. Their quarterback, Ty Brown, he's a great athlete. Center snapped it over his head. He recovered it, and he took it about 35, 40 yards for a touchdown. And so I think that was kind of a wake-up call for our defense Friday night. And then after that, they really, really stepped up, and kept some of the good athletes that South Spencer has in check. And that was kind of the test and the challenge to those guys all week long is, we got to be able to stop the athletes that South Spencer has. And offensively, we've got to kill the clock, and put up points. And so, we didn't do much of killing the clock just because it seemed as if Noah and Landon found the end zone just about every time they touched it Friday, which is a good thing. And so, I think week 9 right now we're riding a 3-game win streak, and I think that our guys are finding their way right now, and they're embracing the physical football that we want to play, and they're being very, very coachable, very detailed throughout the week, and I think those things are showing on Friday nights.
And we're back on the Malin Webb Show after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Malin Webb Communications.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And we're back on the Malin Webb Show. And if I'm not mistaken, I think both of the Terry boys went over the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
Yes, they did. They both went over 1,000 yards, and Tell City High School hasn't had a 1,000-yard rusher since the 2013 season, and so you're talking about 10 years that we haven't had 1,000-yard rusher, and yet we have 2 of them this year, and so that's a testament to not only the twins but our guys up front. They put in so much work week after week. And they hardly get any recognition. I don't know if they want recognition because I think they kind of live vicariously through the Terry twins themselves. But those guys up front, they've been solid all year long. We couldn't have asked for much more from them. And even our fullbacks, Braxton and Caden Casewell, they've been great not only in the run game but also blocking and leading the way for those guys. I really think those are some of the 2 best run blockers out of the backfield, that you'll see in the area. And then, quarterbacks, receivers, tight ends, they've all been great as well. And, so once again, I'm just super proud of all the guys. The Terry twins, they earn it. They bust their butt, the entire year, 365 days to be able to put up the stats that they're able to. And, I think that's kind of a testament as to who they are and the type of players that we want to coach here at Tell City is the guys that, take the weight room serious. And, when you look at Noah and Landon, you can obviously tell that, they live in the weight room. And so, I think that's just kind of setting the foundation for some of our younger guys coming up. Our middle school guys that are in the program, even our youth league guys are in the program. They're seeing a lot of success that our team's having currently, and, it's generating some excitement.
And, over the last 3 games, you've outscored your opponent 152-22. Pretty impressive for 3 games.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. But yeah, that is very, very impressive, and we just hope to keep the ball rolling now.
And the 152 points sail up for your offense, but the 22 points sail up for your defense as well.
Yeah, our defense has been equally as impressive. These last several weeks, and you take away the Posey, Heritage Hills, and Southridge games. I mean, just across the board, we have played some really, really good football over the rest of our games, and so I'm super excited. I'm proud of our guys. There's been people, we talked about it yesterday before practice, but the players and the people within the program have worked way too hard to turn this thing around from a 2-7 regular season last year to a 6-3 regular season this year. So that's just a testament to everybody who has their hands in this program. They've worked extremely hard year round to get to this point right now, and I'm excited for this coming week. I'm excited for sectionals in general, and I'm excited heading into even next year too, because we return a lot of these guys, and so I think we're going to work equally as hard throughout this next year also, and I think you're going to see us hopefully get even better from here on out.
And you're listening to the Malin Webb Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Malin Webb Communications. Quebec Rising's messages from our sponsors.
Life's better under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Welcome back to the Malin Webb Show. And Coach, this week is the opening round of sectional. You're playing Mater Dei at home. Why don't you preview that game for us?
Yeah, Joe, last year we lost to Mater Dei in round 2 of sectionals. At one point in time, the score was 21-14, and actually we had the ball and we were driving on our side of the field on the 30, and then, we fumbled it. So, we played the defending state champions last year, close for at least the first half of football, for the first 24 minutes. And so, and you look at our team and our roster, and a lot of the guys that are playing this year played in that game last year, and we're played vital roles. And so, we've talked about it. I think as a program and as a team, this is an easy game for all of us to get up for this coming Friday. We get to play the defending state champions at home again. They knocked us out in round 2 of last year. We basically got just about the same team back. And, I think we're a lot better than where we were or what we were last year. And so, easy game for us to get up for. And I'm excited. I think our kids have a little bit of moxie to them when it comes to playing at home this year. We're undefeated right now. And, we're not going to take Mater Dei lightly. We know that they're better than their record. We've done some stats. They haven't lost a sectional game since November 6th of 2018 and so on. And so, I think our kids are just overall, they're excited to get to play a powerhouse program like Mater Dei again on our home turf.
Well, Coach, I'm going to try to talk my wife into going to the poorhouse on Friday, and then I'll say, while we're here, why don't we just go to the Tell City Mater Dei game?
Absolutely. It'll be a good one, I hope.
Well, good luck in this, and go good victory.
Thanks.
And you're listening to the Malin Webb Show on Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Malin Webb Communications. We'll see you next week.
I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads. Standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys that fall. They didn't let just anybody in that club. Took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood to get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall. The kings of the school, man, where the boys are fall. Well, it's turning face to stars and stripes. It's batting back them butterflies. It's calling in the air, all right, yes sir, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging mud and dirt and grass. It's I got your number, I got your back. When your back's against the wall, you mess with one man.